Guys, my name is Noni Matikela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, let's talk about something very simple, okay? Let's talk about Ubongani Dance because he deserves that from us, guys. Oh my God, the guy is our little brother there, keeps thriving every day. Let me start with something very simple, okay? And very uncomfortable for the state and their supporters. A witness who is lying does not need help. Do you think so? I'll wait. A witness who is lying does not need help, ne? Wrong. A witness who is lying needs all the assistance that he can get. He needs all the help that he can get. But a witness who is telling the truth does not need help. That is why Undanzi is not struggling there. He's telling the truth. That is why he is not struggling. It's because he's telling the truth. That is why he is sharp. Yo, he is so sharp like he blades, son. Usharp njengomkhonto wakubo, njengehawu lakubo. Yay! Usharp njengomkhonto kaShaka, son. That is why he is so sharp, is because he's telling the truth. And that is exactly where this case turns. Because what we are watching in this courtroom of Judge Rata is not a man being coached. No, you can't coach that. You can't coach that truth. We are watching a man who is anchored in his lived experience. And that changes everything. If we judge Rata from the so-called 56 years experience that he always brags about, he can't see that. Agathathe le experience ayijule Satan because, excuse me, I'm not a learner at anything, but I can see the man is telling the truth. I don't care how much you can lie, but we can see when you are lying. There is something people that always tell us about coaching. There is a myth when it comes to it also. They want us to believe that Ndanzi was coached, that someone whispered instructions, that someone rehearsed the answers with him. But here is the problem with that theory. You cannot coach the truth. You can't do that. You don't get to coach the truth because it will always be here. Every time foundational questions are being laid, every time the trap is being sent, Ndanzi clears his throat and he goes for the, not because he's nervous, no, but because he already knows where the question is going. That's why I'm saying you cannot coach the truth. The truth is not something you memorize. It's something you recognize when it comes back to you. And that is exactly what we see with Undanzi. Do you understand what this boy is going through, guys, there? That throat clearing is not done saying, no, he knows. He already learned Baloyi, how he is. He's been sitting in that courtroom for 3 years, guys, with Ubaloyi. In fact, for more than that. So he understands what type of a man he is, how he cross-examines. He understands that, just like the lawyers have learned the judge, including Baloyi. They've learned, everybody that is sitting there, the state, the defense lawyers, the accused, they have learned all these people how they are. It is the sound of someone saying, I know this part, I was there, let me get to it. That's what Ndanzi does. When he says, it shows that he is ready for Baloyi because he knows him and he knows the truth. A coached witness hesitates. A coached witness adjusts. A coached witness collapses when script breaks. This one doesn't. Undanzi has been on point from trial within a trial up until now. He's still on point. We've seen what happened to Abo Tumelo, Abo Zandile. We've seen what happened to them. Abo Mukhane, Abo Mukhol. We've seen Abo Gininda self. We've seen what happened. We've seen all of that. Do you understand? So where we are, the memory and time, that one is doing the things now. Now they say But these things happened 5, 6 years ago. How can he remember? All of us remember. All of us, yes, struggle to remember ordinary days from last year, but none of us forget days when something bad happened to us. How can Ntanzi forget his lived experience? Trauma does not erase memory. It indexes it. Ntanzi is going through all of this because he knows what he went through. And when records are placed in front of Ntanzi, when names, dates, or locations are mentioned, his memory doesn't weaken. It reconnects and remembers things for what they are. That is not fabrication. That's how real memory works. False stories fade when confronted with details. Real experiences wake up and say, yeah, I remember this moment. That is how Ntanzi has been. And I like what is happening. Watch closely, watch very closely what happens next. Every time Ntanzi points out a discrepancy, a call that doesn't appear, a location that's undefined, the questioning derails. That's what Baloyi does then. The prosecutor loses the thread, the flow collapses, and suddenly someone else has to jump in. Why? Because Ntanzi isn't just answering questions, he's exposing gaps. And the gaps only existed where investigations were incomplete. This is the moment where the balance of power shifts, because a witness who can point out flaws is not being led. He is thinking. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. That is his lived experience. Now let's get to the cell phone evidence. Ironically, this is where the state defeats itself, Kesan, because in trying to prove control, they prove movement. A stationary phone hits the same tower again and again and again. It stays loyal to geography. This one that they want Ntanzi to say it was with him, it doesn't. It hops, it relays, it strings towers like birds or like beards on a wire. That phone was moving. You cannot tell us otherwise. Not metaphorically, not theoretically, physically, the phone was moving. If that phone was sitting at a police station, it would be speaking to the same tower today. It will be doing that, but it isn't. It's picking up so many towers far away from the so-called police station. In fact, far away from the so-called police stations that he was seated in. The prosecution's own analysis proves the defense points the mobile phone was mobile. That is what is happening there. That is exactly what is happening there. It's not even funny, guys. Now, when it comes to everything, it is that is most dangerous. The most dangerous thing is where the most dangerous thing happened. Advocate Baloyi stops presenting evidence. In fact, I'll do another video for that. Let's do another video for that, because wow. Oh my goodness, wow. Please, guys, don't forget to like, to share, to comment, and most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you'll be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Bye-bye.